many guys on Papa Bravo? Good lord.
A lot. Jesus, is there any more that want some fuck? What's going on, everyone? My name is Sticker Catalyst, and thank you for tuning in as always. I hope you don't mind if I took a few days off. I plan to take some more time off because I spent a lot of time, worked really hard on those few videos at the end of the year. So I wanted to take some time, about a week or so, to enjoy my last few days of Christmas break and get over this cold that I still currently have, as you can probably hear. But I don't know. I guess I've been reinvigorated or something, or maybe it's the fact that it's currently 40 damn degrees right now in South Florida, and I needed something to do. But anyways, hope you all are doing well. Today we'll be covering the next installment in the How Not to Suck at Battlefield 1 series, and in this episode it'll be a little bit more personal to me in a way, because I get a lot of comments and questions on stream and in videos asking me how I do things, how I'm able to perform the way I perform, and oftentimes more bluntly, how are you so good? But I didn't want to name the video How to Play Like Me, because that would be a little bit big-headed. So today I want to go over a few tips that I use all the time that should help your guys' games instantly. And most of these tips are just small mechanical gameplay things and mindsets that you all can employ in your games for you to get better, which is why we're all here, right? So first point is a fairly simple and obvious one, and that's why I'm going to get out of the way first, and that is to simply practice. Take time to truly learn and understand the game, understand flanks, understand the maps, understand the weapons, understand the bullet speed and bullet drop and all the other mechanics that the Battlefield games offer. If you are new to this game, take your time with it. There is no rush to be good at it, especially if this is your first Battlefield game ever and you're crossing over from some other first-person shooter, whether it be Titanfall or Call of Duty. What most of you all don't know about me is that this is not my first Battlefield game. I'm not sure if I have said that before, but if I haven't, I have now. I've played Battlefield for about 6 or 7 years now. I began with Battlefield 3, which came out in 2011, actually. I had to look up that stat, and I couldn't believe it had been that long, but Battlefield 3 came out in 2011, and obviously I'm playing Battlefield 1 now, which came out early 2016, and now it's 2018. But that's still 6 years or so of knowing how to deal with some of Battlefield's more overwhelming features, like tanks and planes that are constantly trying to kick the you-know-what out of you. But the game takes time, so don't stress yourself out with trying to be good at the game right now. The next thing I'd suggest, if you haven't already, is to experiment with the weapons in the game, getting to know the different variants and what they offer, and find out what gameplay style fits you the best with those guns. If you are an aggressive player, play Assault, and for the love of God, do not run in as a scout and try to quickscope people like this is Call of Duty, because that will not work. But once you get a feel for the weapons in the game and develop a certain playstyle, the next step is to actually break out of that playstyle shell that you've locked yourself into and use weapons that you don't normally like or use. And this will allow you to develop different playstyles that adapt situationally with the weapons that you are using in the game, so that if you find yourself stuck doing one thing, you can switch to another class or weapon and therefore another playstyle and see if it's effective, and sometimes it's game-changing. For instance, you saw in the opening clip that I was using the Mondragon Sniper. You know how much I used it before that clip? Well, not much, to be honest with you, but I've been using the Mondragon Sniper increasingly more over the past week and the past couple of days, and now it's my go-to weapon when I need power and speed at range. And I'm absolutely in love with the weapon right now, and it's definitely a gun that I'm happy that I finally figured out how to use effectively. So it's really important to develop an overall play style and then go out of your comfort zone, so there is no situation that is too uncomfortable for you that you would find. My playstyle, if I could describe it, is kind of a combination of a marksman and a medium-range slayer. I'm naturally kind of aggressive, but this game will really punish you if you play balls to the wall a lot, so I flank quite a bit. I use my movement and to get behind or beside enemies. So my two main playstyles are accurate sniper and medium range offense with the other classes, and I choose weapons that strive at the medium range, so the Fedorov Aftermath, Hellriegel, the auto loading, the BAR, and of course the Parabellum. But while we're on the subject of weapons, I'm going to go ahead and advise you all to not play with shotguns. Not because you can't do well with them or I hate them or anything, even if they are annoying, but because I think they encourage bad gameplay habits. And since it's widely confirmed by the community that they just got nerfed as of the 4th of January 2018, which is when this video goes live, there is no real reason to use them except for having fun. But moving on to a more positive gameplay tip, hopefully by now you've noticed that depending on how many bullets are left in the magazine or clip of your weapon, there are different reload animations and times. You can either completely empty the magazine of a full auto weapon, and when you do that, the reload will be much slower than if you reload with bullets in the magazine, and this is specific to fully automatic weapons. So if possible for fully automatic weapons like the Hellriegel or the Automatico, reload before depleting all of your ammo, which is easier said than done with an Automatico, but still, try to do that. It will save you some reload time. However, for semi-auto and bolt-action rifles, I would advise the opposite, actually. So I'm going to use the Mondragon again as an example here. There are 10 rounds in the magazine, and it's a 3-shot kill at almost every range. This gun has about 8 different reload animations, depending on how many bullets are left in there. If you have 1 or 2 shots left, go ahead and fire those 2 bullets off, because the reload animation from completely empty to completely full is actually going to be faster than the reload from, say, 2 bullets to completely full, if that makes sense. And it's even faster if you've only fired off 3 to 4 shots and you have about 5 left in the magazine. So if you get to 5 shots left, you'll reload another clip instead of reloading the rounds individually, which is a lot faster than if you have, say, 7, 8, 3 to 4 shots left in the magazine. The next tip I suggest is to watch good players play and adapt what they do into their own game, whether it's me or Jack Frags or Broken Machine or Ravage, whoever. Visually learning is quite honestly the next best teacher to experience. Now, some things in your settings that I'd like to suggest to you all: turn up your sensitivity if you haven't already. The default sensitivity is very, very low, and if that's the sensitivity that you're used to, then I would suggest raising your sensitivity by 5% increments, getting used to each jump before raising it again until you reach a sensitivity that you feel is good for you. Next thing I would do is turn off vibration. It actually affects your aiming a little bit, and it's really not necessary. If you have uniform soldier aiming off, go ahead and turn that on. Don't ask questions, just do it. And any other settings are up to you. I'm currently undergoing some changes in my settings myself right now, so I'm not going to show you all of my settings because they are changing daily, and I don't want to tell you one thing and then completely change it later, but I will make sure to show you guys when that is finalized. So now moving on to some more gameplay oriented stuff. Firstly, be aware of your health bar and your squad mates, how many of them are alive and where they are on the battlefield. Say you get into a gunfight and you win, you should wait and let your health return instead of running on straight ahead without stopping, because if you happen to run into somebody else, you're going to have to fight that person on low health and you will probably lose. I know that's a bit self-explanatory, but you don't know how many times I see people that win gunfights and then go full speed ahead and get killed immediately afterwards. So also, if you are the last remaining person in your squad, don't push up alone. Wait for them to respawn on you, because if you push in and get killed, not only will you force your entire team to spawn way back in your own spawn or back off at a flag away from the battle, and that's not good. There's also a chance that a squad mate spawns on you right into the middle of a heavy fight and you both get killed, which also isn't good. When it comes to killing people, there is an old saying that is still very relevant, and that is, if there is somebody there, that means there's probably at least one more there as well. It's certainly true in games like Call of Duty, but it's even more true in Battlefield, because people have the ability to spawn on their teammates at any time, assuming that they aren't killed. So it's always good to be prepared for more than one person being there. The last but certainly not least thing is for you to utilize your movement to the best of your ability. You'll see me sliding a lot in my gameplay, and that's because the slide is quite honestly one of the most useful mechanics you can use in Battlefield 1. And it's not just for getting around corners into cover. You'll see me use use the slide a lot in 1v1 gunfights or preemptively slide around corners, assuming somebody's there. But in a 1v1 setting, sliding can seriously throw off someone's aim and help you win that gunfight if you have a fast enough reaction time. It just boosts your speed around the battlefield in general, and there are multiple ways to slide. You can slide in every direction, even backwards. It's a little bit more difficult, but you can even slide backwards. Or you can do a combination of the two. You can slide a bit forwards and to the sides. And it's probably, overall, the most useful gun skill tip I can give to any beginners. And that should do it for this episode. I know we were going to cover the pilot and tanker class next, but Chico ended up getting surgery and got sick, so that video will be postponed till further notice. But next we will cover assault, and I'll get a surprise guest to do that video, so look out for that. I'm sorry that I've been so sick, and I'm sorry that this probably wasn't as engaging or entertaining, or I didn't sound as excited. It's not that. I'm trying my hardest. It's just that my throat is killing me, as you can probably tell. On another note, we are so close to 400 subs, so if you are new here and like the video, make sure you click the thumbs up button, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell so you don't miss another upload. We upload content like this all the time. Drop a comment down in the comment section and tell us what you liked. It helps us out a lot, and we truly appreciate all the support. As always, thanks for watching. My name is Untitled Catalyst, and I will see you all another time.